So, Andrew, last day of July.
Absolutely, Vincent. Yep. Dog days of summer are at their height.
Yeah, it's the end of July, and finally the last day of this legislative year as well.
Yeah, absolutely. LegCo's going to be out on holiday for real tomorrow.
So there will be no more even panel meetings.
No more panels
from August 1st onwards.
That's right.
So today, if there's any panel in LegCo?
Yeah, the committee meetings are still going on. The Committee on Manpower.
Oh, really?
Yep, is meeting today, and they're going to be continuing the discussion on standard working hours.
All right.
And there's kind of two political groups in play there. We've seen people in recent weeks making complaints that the process is not moving fast enough, right? And of course, there's kind of two strategies here for the people that want it and the people that don't want it. The people that want it, rush.
Yes.
It's got to be faster. We've got to do more. It's got to, this has got to happen. And you can expect to hear a lot of that over the next month or so for a few different reasons.
During the summer?
During the summer, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The rush, right? Like there's kind of a political strategy behind that rush. Number one, people are going to use it to fill up empty political space. In the summertime, not as much happens. Yep. So as an organization, you're like, geez, we got to look like we're doing something. Let's go out and just say more faster. It's not a substantial message, but it fills up some political space.
All right.
Helps to build support, show your supporters you're doing something, and this is what the unions are going to be doing on standard working hours.
Yes.
The other thing about them rushing it is that if they can push the government or their opponents, to move faster, sometimes they make mistakes, like we've seen in other areas recently where the government says we want to move ahead, we want to look like we're doing something, but they don't get a chance to do their research thoroughly, vet the people involved, especially executive council members. And then they make mistakes, but the opponents want that, right? Because then the other side loses credibility, and they can capitalize on those mistakes to hammer home their agenda.
Yeah.
The flip side, the people that are going to say delay, right? That's a different political strategy, right? And of course, people want to delay so they can find more allies, pick holes in the argument of their opponents that are rushing things, but also hope that the rush people lose some momentum. And if they can do enough of that, they can hope to quietly bury something or water it down so it loses validity. So in the standard working hours, that's what's going on right now. We can look for more of that over the summer.
Yeah, but what's your personal take on that policy?
The standard working hours, because it is going to be, it's been done pretty much everywhere else.
Yes.
But like I always say, my mother always used to ask me, if all your friends jumped off the Tsingma Bridge, would you jump off too? Right? The old argument. So does that mean Hong Kong should do it? That's going to be the discussion over the summer. And, it's complicated, especially for Hong Kong. I think anybody who's working less than 60 hours a week is probably doing part-time, in this sound. I certainly don't do less than that. Standard working hours is going to be very peculiar for Hong Kong. Yeah. And I think it's going to get really complicated and really messy.
Yeah, I think it's quite different from the minimum wage issues.
Yeah.
Because people are relatively more sensitive and relatively easy to grab the idea of having below market wage and having earned too little for the effort they have put in.
Yeah.
But the key is, I think for standard hours, we all have different standards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because my standard hours of working may be different from your standard hours of working. So I think they want to rush it, but they won't be able to succeed. Yeah, because I think the delay tactics will work easily.
Yeah.
And I think that's my take on that. So I think the keyword will be in this case.
Word of the day?
Yeah, word of the day. I think the keyword is still to don't rush to a conclusion.
Yeah.
But I think the keyword is brush. You have to brush the dust and all the scandal on this issue. Brush it clearly, and see what are the real issues here and what are the real issues at stake. I mean, what are we sacrificing? And I think that's the keyword for today.
All right.